The Chinese Foreign Ministry has reacted to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Ladakh earlier today. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian has said that the talks were underway between both sides to reduce the temperature at the border. He also asked India to avoid any action that increases tensions between the two countries.
As to your first question, now India and China are in communication and negotiations on lowering the temperature through military and diplomatic channels. So no party should engage in any action that may escalate the tension at this point.
Beijing also reacted to India's decision to remove Chinese companies from road development projects. China said that remarks from certain politicians in India were harming the bilateral ties. Zhao Lijian urged India to uphold common interests that the two countries tied together.
China in consultation with India on these matters. And certain politicians in India have been issuing remarks that are detrimental to our bilateral relations recently. Our bilateral relations need to be held with the concerted efforts. Indian side should work with us towards the same goal to uphold the general picture of our common interests in bilateral relations. Artificially setting blocks to our concrete and practical cooperation will also harm India's interests. We will take necessary measures to uphold the legitimate rights of Chinese businesses in India.
Our political editor is joining us with more insights into this. Good evening to you, Karthikeya. Now, looking at the latest in the tensions at the India-China border with Prime Minister Modi's surprise visit to Ladakh, it seems that the Prime Minister is personally invested in this situation.
Absolutely. The Prime Minister is personally invested because he looks at the situation differently. Unlike other Prime Ministers, for example, Indira Gandhi, yes, did visit Ladakh, but other Prime Ministers in contemporary history have shied away from taking on China directly. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has set a different tone for both foreign policy and the way he engages with his neighborhood. A lot of people were surprised at both Uri and Balakot. They tactically changed the way India dealt with Pakistan in terms of surgical strike, and then when Indian Air Force attacked the Balakot camp where the terrorists were being held. Now, in the context of China, Prime Minister invests in the situation, knowing that it is precarious, knowing that there is a heavy deployment, because he feels that the China has to be given the message that India is not going to back down from this situation. It is also a message of solidarity. It is also a message to the neighboring country that if they feel that the brinkmanship is increased by China, they can take advantage of India. That will not be the case. So it is for this reason not only Prime Minister went, he made sure that the pictures are beamed, the visuals are beamed. He spoke with the Indian Army men for more than half an hour. He went to the hospital. He interacted with those who fought in Galwan. He categorically mentioned that the way Indian soldiers fought in Galwan has made every Indian proud. So it's a direct message that in case if China is looking for more such incident, India is not going to back down. India is not going to make strategic space for China so that it continues to change the status quo border. So I think the messaging was powerful enough because China too was taken by surprise that not only Prime Minister went to Ladakh, but the pictures which were beamed, the visuals which were beamed, the sort of the language he used, the way he spoke with the soldiers set the tone for which we would understand that India would be dealing with China in a new and a different way.
Karthikeya, thank you for that report.